cushions, and when you measure them as with the hearts across there. Okay. And do you know about the actual basing? That right. So here you've got this, which is hard, and then you've just got the top. Right. So it's glued on. So it's Michelle, could you get me one of the James Naylor one, which is like the plastic? So you've just got to remember that your stems won't go any longer than that. Yeah? So that they're not so good for like arrangements. So I've done it where people want like a texture on a coffee table, which is nice, looking down. Where you'd be better, these are called James Naylor, so that the foam is this deep. Yes? And also they've got like a rim, so they're more suitable if you wanted it as an arrangement. But remember, funeral items are usually just for the day, so you don't need them to have that much water. And these are a lot cheaper than this. Yeah? Right, so cut the edge round. Yeah?
I didn't know that, did I?
And really, just put it under the tap. Yeah? So you just want it up. I've actually, I don't want to put that, I've actually overwatered that. Do you want to take it and pass it around? So I've overwatered that, just sort of feel it. And then I want you to just go around and look at all the different textures, because that would be good for your evaluation. You're really looking at the contrast on different materials. Yeah? Yeah, can you feel? So it shouldn't be like that. Yeah? So the Gaelics leaf, as usual, are wonderful, aren't they? So I've just got made some pins up. You could use the German pins, but you've got to make sure that you cover them. Where here, at least you've got like the green against the green. Do you know the German pins? Yeah. So this. Did you all realise this is how the Gaelics actually come in bags like this? Yeah. So you just sort of water them. So you've got like different textures there. You've got the top against the bottom, so the bottom's a little bit lighter in colour than the top, so you could play with that if you wanted. See, with a texture you don't usually do a ribbon edge. It's usually sort of like lots of groups, lines and groups.
So can you have used the ribbon edge on that?
You could, but it usually looks like a little garden type thing, so it's not in keeping. Perhaps if you use something like Hessian, it might work. But say usually you don't. You use.
So how do you know which ones you use ribbon for and which ones you don't?
Usually with something a bit more formal, you would use ribbon. So those are a bit long, so I've made shorter pins. So these would be good when I start putting moss on, because I'll need it a bit longer. Right? So this is layering, so you could put that in your evaluation. And I think you've learned from your previous ways of doing your task aids. Make sure, write all these sort of things down. At the end, write what materials that you've had down, so that when you start doing your drawing, that you're not thinking, oh, well, what was that? Yeah? You all doing that now? In your last lot? Yeah. So rolling is nice, isn't it? So you could roll. Let's put a pin on. You could do it the other way if you wanted. So you're making lots, and then I think what you've got to make sure that if it's
So you're only
seen.
looking for what, just for interest?
Pardon?
Are you only it for interest?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, because with different textures, you need different, as you say, different interests of different materials. So the Gaelics are nice because sometimes they've got like a red edge, haven't they? To make sure that when you lift it up, that all the edge is covered.
Okay, why are you using?
So this is a 71. Then you can use like the mosses. So here, because it's a little bit dry, put it under the tap, and you might want to pick some of the bits of debris out from it to make sure that it goes right to the edge, and that's where you might need your longer pins. So again, even these designs, it doesn't have to be for a funeral. They look quite nice. For, as I said, for a coffee table, so when you're looking down on the design. Easter, you could do like a little Easter theme. And I'm going to balance. So I'm making sure that I've visually balanced, right, to put some, even like the same materials at the other side. Right. So that's your carpet moss, and then you've got like your lichen moss here. So this is it in its natural state. And then you've got it preserved here, there, if you want to use that, different greens, that's a bit of a, but it's just slightly different, isn't it? And I think we've got some other colours as well if you wanted. And so this moss like this is usually quite expensive. I have to ask Chris what price it is. So I'm going to, so as I say, you can use anything. So this is blue pine. We had at Christmas. Why not use a bit of that? So I think here I would get perhaps it's a bit heavier, so perhaps use a nicer wire. So that I felt that the pin actually go into the bottom part. Yeah.